Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Friday, March 7th, 2025 pre-market report. People, this market, we're in a lot of trouble here. And this morning, I put out a breakdown of the S&P 500 right on my website for all of you. There is a link in the description of this video. If you're not into the technical jargon there, just read my outlook at the very bottom. If you feel like doing this, there is a link in the description of this video. Click on that. It'll take you right to the spot where I want you to look. Just read through that, and if you don't get it, just read where I put the outlook. Now, if you do subscribe to my newsletter, Free to Everybody, this is in your inbox right now. I want to read this to you. So I wrote Lions. I posted an in-depth breakdown of the S&P 500 to my website. Now, here we are. Right now, the market is at a critical level. And if this level doesn't hold where we are right now, we could see a much bigger drop. Going back to the outlook that I posted for all of you now. For those of you out here that are technical people that understand this kind of stuff, I want to hear from you. Is what I wrote, does it sound right to you? Is it off? Look, man, like I tell you, I don't know everything. I don't even pretend to. Excuse me. You are free to disagree with what I put there, my interpretation of it. So let me know where you stand. Now, with regard to the market, we have a couple of problems. Look, man, everyone's focusing on the stock market. Everyone's focusing on it. I get it's important. People are concerned about their investments. All right, beautiful. This is where stock futures are this morning. Higher, not by much. Again, we got to hold here. We have to hold right here. If not, I mean, it really could be look out below. Let us move forward. Here's a phenomenon that I've been talking about lately. This is not a good sign. Instability in the debt market. The debt market still remains unstable. This just up and down and up and down and up and down with the global benchmark yields. It's a problem. The debt market is supposed to be stable. When you see this, look, man, we already know, you and I, it's a time bomb. It's going to go off. And when it goes off, it's going to go off with such ferocity. People aren't going to know what to do with themselves. And it's really not about the stinking market. It's about the flow of credit through the world economy. Flow of credit, the flow of debt through the world economy. It's gonna get turned off. I mean, people don't understand most people have no idea what I'm talking about. This means all transactions stop. All transactions stop. Whatever you try to, swipe with your credit card, you try to swipe with your debit card, don't work. Zeros across the board on your bank accounts. Zeros across the board on your investment accounts. This is a serious issue. And this is where we're going. This is what started to happen during the financial crisis. Henceforth, why our lovely Ben Bernanke was rushed before our loving, caring representatives, and he told them, if we don't start pumping hundreds of billions into the system over that weekend, he said by Monday we wouldn't have an economy, not the market. You understand? That's where we're going. We wouldn't even have any. What would we have? The economy of the world is crashing. Everyone's focused here in the United States. Okay, I get that. Start to expand your mind. You're not allowed to think outside the box. The world today, we're all in the same boat. We're in an inflationary environment, which is going to get much worse. As a matter of fact, we got a warning here from Costco and some other big retailers. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So anyway, look, man, the global debt market is warning us all that there's a problem, which we have all known about. If you've been with me for any length of time, you know what I'm talking about here. It's a big issue. It's the biggest issue facing the world right now is the global debt market, which is going to implode, not at a time of our choosing, at a time of theirs. And this is central banks here working together to inflate the largest bubble that we've ever seen, the most largest destructive financial bubble in the history of the world. And that is, of course, the debt market. And on the back of that, we've seen asset prices with the stock market skyrocket. Even though the market's taken a hit as of late, we're not too far off from record highs. Meanwhile, the world economy is coming apart, and the people cannot survive. The mechanism here, people, you know what I'm going to say, of artificially suppressed rates is a wrecking machine for the middle class, a wrecking machine for the economy. It just dissolves the purchasing power of the currency, and we haven't seen anything yet. There's no roadblock, not a single roadblock right now being put up anywhere in the world. I look for common denominators. It's too simple to see this. If we, the developed nations of the world, and the people who exist in these developed nations are all in the same boat together at the same time, there must be a common denominator. Am I correct on this? Does that make sense to you? The common denominator is central banks working together to destroy the currency, working with respective world leaders. We're not hearing from world leaders about raising rates. We're hearing from world leaders, including Senator Elizabeth Warren, President Donald Trump, and Scott Bessent. We got to talk about Scott Bessent. Something very interesting just came up with him. We'll cover that in a second. But calling for lower rates. No justification as to why. Oh, this is going to help the economy? Are you kidding me? It's a wrecking machine. These people either, they know what we know. Either this is deliberate and they want us on our knees, or they're just too stupid to see what's going on here. I personally don't think that's the case. I believe they know exactly what's going on here. So that makes it even more diabolic. Anyway, let's move forward. The dollar here, another issue, people. This should not be happening. Look at the dollar index, man. We were over 109 recently. We should be seeing dollar strength. The dollar has, since like time immemorial, been seen as a safe haven. This market is crashing pretty much. It looks like that, doesn't it? And it may. If we do not hold where we are now, we're going to see a crash. Okay, I'm telling you right now. We should be seeing a stronger dollar on a relative strength basis. We're not seeing this. This should be sending a message to you that there's a problem here with the U.S. dollar. We already know. The world doesn't want our dollars. You don't even want our dollars. If you're a citizen here of the United States, you don't want them. They're being dissolved, losing purchasing power every freaking day. And the mechanism here is only going to make it worse. It's an incredible thing, man. Again, we'll talk in a second. I got a lot more to go over with you, but this is a problem. So just understand what you're looking at. At least I hope so. So Costco and big retailers are warning higher prices are coming. When it rains on everyone. Now hold that thought. Now we've been hearing from our Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent that the tariffs were not going to hit you in your pocketbook. This was corrected by President Trump, to his credit, during his address to the nation here. Now, all of a sudden, Scott Bessent is singing a different tune. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has gone on the defensive because he's getting attacked. Hold on a minute, sir. You said the tariffs were not going to affect us. We were not going to be hit in our pocketbook. Look at this statement. Treasury Secretary Bessent, Treasury Secretary Bessent is saying the American dream is not about access to cheap goods. He's trying to justify, or I don't know what he's trying to do here. Okay, he told us we were not going to be hit by higher prices. Obviously, this was a blatant, bold-faced lie. Now, he's saying you don't want cheaper goods. You want to pay for higher prices for things. And make it up. When is someone going to hold this beautiful human being? When is someone going to hold this beautiful man to account? Maybe you will. At least I hope so. Do we deserve better than this? Or should we be lied to and lied to and lied to even more? I mean, I really just don't get it. Now, let us move forward here. With regard to DOGE, it looks like President Trump has somewhat declawed DOGE. President Trump is putting limits on Elon Musk authority and with regard to DOGE. A lot of pushback here. Again, look, man, we need the government to be more efficient. We understand this. I mean, this is a kind of a no-brainer here. And I've already told all of you guys the way that this is happening, in my opinion. You're entitled to your own. Obviously, President Trump agrees with me. Not you. I got a lot of pushback too. Greg, you don't know what you're talking about. We need this wrecking machine, this chainsaw. Well, guess what? The illustrious leader here, President Trump, happens to agree with Greg Mannarino now. So maybe you want to change your tune. So DOGE is getting somewhat declawed. We got to do this. We got to make the government more efficient. Absolutely. But we don't need a chainsaw here. We need to do this more strategically, methodically. You understand? Because what you're seeing here, I'm gonna tell you again, this chainsaw that's been taken to the federal jobs here, this is gonna bleed right off to the private sector, and that means to you. So again, just for those of you that have attacked me over this, Trump now agrees with Greg Mannarino. How does that make you feel? Working out for you pretty well? Sometimes I got to push back too, people. Now, let me go over this too. So Trump has made it official. We have now a Bitcoin reserve. Okay, lovely and fantastic. This is where Bitcoin is right now. This morning I'm checking through a message. Hey, Greg, how come Bitcoin isn't taken off? Because President Trump officially made this official. Because this is priced into the market. This is priced in. It may fall. What President Trump here may not be aware of, or I don't know what's actually going on, is this asset class and Bitcoin as a whole extremely volatile. You could see 70% swings, 70 up and down with regard to the price of Bitcoin. Now that Bitcoin has been added to the reserves, how we're paying for this, maybe you guys and girls want to let me in on that one, okay? Maybe we'll hear about it today. President Trump is going to have his Bitcoin summit. We're not having a constitutional money system summit today. We're not. We're having a cryptocurrency summit today. Does that tell you anything? Maybe a little bit? Come on, guys and girls. It's time to wake up. Snap out of it. Those of you that have been psyoped into thinking that, let's just go back to DOGE real quick. Oh, Greg, you're 100% wrong. DOGE should be using the chainsaw. Now President Trump agrees with Greg Mannarino. So maybe you should bring yourselves up to speed here, okay? Maybe you've gotten it wrong. Maybe you've been psyoped. I think so. It's time to snap out of it, people. Snap out of it. Because what we're seeing here, again, it's going to hurt you too. And it just ain't working, clearly. The economy of the world is done. I'm telling you right now. And there's not a single world leader today putting up a roadblock for the tsunami of inflation that's coming at us. They all know it's coming. There is no way that they don't know that. Okay, there's no way that central banks don't know that. And they're fostering it. They know the world economy is cratering at its fastest pace we've ever seen. They know that U.S. GDP is going to be negative moving forward here. What are they doing? They're continuing to inflate. We just found out that the trade deficit, imagine our shock. Oh no, no one saw this one coming. It's ballooning at a pace that's never been seen before. Does that sound familiar to you? Because from months ago, I told you that was going to happen. We discussed it right here, and we're not done. We're not done. Debts, deficits, pressure on the middle class, pressure on the economy is going to be so extreme in 6 months. Like I said, I did a video about this just recently. The United States and the world economy, you think it's bad now? It's going to be unrecognizable from where we are. So I want to hear from you. Those that called me out specifically saying, Greg, you're wrong about DOGE. How do you feel about this one? That Trump now agrees with Greg Mannarino. Maybe he's getting some of the correspondence which I've sent to him. I've written to President Trump many times. Plenty maybe. Okay? So where does that put you guys and girls that have tried to shred me and discredit me? Maybe you're waking up? Maybe. Oh, am I triggering you? I hope so, because that's my goal. Honestly, it really is. Because I love the comments. I laugh at these freaking pigs, infected, brain dead submorons. Oh, you don't like my presentation? Please, you can leave at any time here. You don't have to sit here and be berated by Greg Mannarino, unless, of course, you like the abuse. Some people like that kind of stuff. Turns them on. Turns me on? Truth, man. Tell me where I got this wrong. A single one of you. Love you guys and girls. That's all I got. Look, man. With regard to the market, let's go back here. The dollar is sending us a very ominous signal. The debt market instability, not good. Will central banks get in here and start buying more? I believe they will. And that's going to obviously exacerbate the underlying situation. It's unbelievable. It really, really is. Now, with regard to the stock market, we need to hold where we are. If we don't hold where we are, it really honestly could be look out below. Anyway, we'll see where this goes. All right, guys and girls, I am working my hardest for all of you, even those of you that said I was wrong about this. Now Trump agrees with Greg Mannarino, putting limits on DOGE. I have to admit, I freaking love it. I really do. Um, anyway, we got this, man. Let them play their freaking games. We're going to continue to play ours. And we are freaking unstoppable. And anyone who tries to get in our way of this pride of lions, we're going to eat them freaking alive. Either they can run with us. And if they don't run with us, well, I feel sorry for them. I really, really do. I love all of you. I mean that with all I got. I will see you later. 4 or 5 p.m. for the live stream. We're going to do our usual thing that we do every Friday, all right? I hope you join me with that too. So anyway, guys and girls, see you later. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.